Good morning. This training video, I'm going to show you how to get into ListTrac, which is a tool in the desk platform, not in the Office or the Back at You platform, so in the desk platform. So this is, you're going to log into mycbdesk.com. It'll have your first name, last name @coldwellbanker.com and whatever password you have set up. And this is the corporate brand side back office platform and things like that. I know it gets a little confusing between mycbstar.com and mycbdesk.com, but we're in desk right now. So here's what the dashboard for desk looks like. This is where you're going to be able to access a lot of your tools that come from being part of the Coldwell Banker brokerage. This desktop is set up so it's like kind of like a smartphone. You can grab any of these tiles and move them around and rearrange them or delete them. However you want. So you can put the ones that you use most frequently at the top and then other ones at the bottom. So today we are going to talk about ListTrac. ListTrac is a good way to get real-time metrics for your listings performance online. So what that means is how well and how many views of your property listing are on Zillow or on Trulia or on coldwellbanker.com or any of those other major websites. So you're going to click on ListTrac to launch the program. Yours is going to look slightly different than mine because I have access to all of the offices and all of the agents. When you log into this, it will only have your name at the top. Up here where it says all offices, it'll have your name. And then I'll have your listings in here, so you won't be able to see all of them. So I'm going to pick on someone in the Pismo Beach office. I'm going to pick on, let's see, I'll pick on Mike, just because I know he's had some listings lately that I can use for examples. So this is all of Mike's listings. The way that this shows right now is all of his listings in the last 30 days have had 13,926 views on Zillow. You can adjust this to do custom dates. You can do the last 2 weeks if it just came on the market 2 weeks ago and you're looking for a specific property or whatever you want to do. You can click on custom or these preset ones. This keeps track of inquiries that come through Coldwell Banker. And this one is a graph that shows you the daily traffic specifically. Like on this day, September 9th, it's 1,272 on Zillow, 336 on the MLS. The way these work is you can churn some of these off if you don't want them to show, if you only want to look at a couple of them. So this right now, it's just showing Coldwell Banker, the MLS, and Zillow. So you can adjust those however you want to see the day-to-day. Another feature that this has is I call it the hotspot. So it shows you, if you zoom in, where most people are looking at the property. So obviously the hottest spot is right here in San Luis Obispo, Santa Maria, Pismo Beach, Morro Bay region. But there's also some in Santa Barbara. There's some down in LA. Some in Bakersfield, some in Fresno and Visalia. So these are useful if you're actually looking at targeted advertising. So if you want to create ads and you want to loop in specific cities, like if Mike had a luxury beach home that would double as like a second home or a vacation home, and there was a lot of interest for it, scroll in a little bit here, Turlock. There's some interest in Turlock. So if Mike's going to do another ad for it, he might want to consider including Turlock in that region that he's doing the advertising in instead of just keeping it to the coast. So that's how something like that could be useful. These are all his individual properties, and we can look at all of this information for a specific property. So let's take a look at this Ocean View Avenue. So I'm going to click on that. So the first screen was all of his properties combined. This is just that property, Ocean View. So you can see how many views there have been for the last 30 days. And again, you can adjust that time frame if you want. And again, it's that same chart here that you can make certain ones go away if you want, so it doesn't quite look so messy, however you see fit. Obviously, the biggest view for properties is going to be on Zillow. And then we have our hotspots again here. So we can scroll in and take a look And you can expand this so it takes up more of the screen too if you want to like take a screenshot or something like that. So this particular property has quite a bit of interest down in LA. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. A little bit up in San Francisco, Turlock, Fresno area, little teeny tiny spot there in Bakersfield, but a lot in Los Angeles, San Diego region. So that's something to keep in mind for advertising for the future. The one thing that actually is really nice about this program too is that you can, all of these numbers and charts and things like that, you can have this sent to your client automatically. And this will do this for you. So you set it up once and you forget it, and you can CC yourself on this email. And that's a way that the seller can kind of keep up to date with what's going on with their property online. So right here where it says seller's report, send a report to the seller here, or preview here. I'm going to click on the preview just so you can see what the seller report will look like. We need to get the updated logo on there. But this is the property. This is the hero shot that Mag has selected for that specific property. They can click on it, and it's a live thing that will go to their email. So if it's on their smartphone or computer, if they click on it, it will take them to the details of the property. It will take them to those statistics and things like that by opening up another window, which would show them this is what the client would see when they click on that email. So that same information that we were looking at on here. So that's where the statistics and things like that would go to the client. And this, like I said, you could do this automatically. So we're going to click on here to send the seller report. So you would enter in your seller's first name, whatever their preference for that first name is. Same thing, last name. And then you can include as many emails as you want to go to, if it's, if it's a spouses or something like that, and you want to include both of them instead of just one of them on it, you can CC somebody else or blind CC somebody. And this is what Mike's default email is. So that's who they would reply to. You can adjust, you can have it select so it copies the agent as well. So you see what they see all the time. And then you can adjust what you call the subject of the email. You would fill this in however you want, whatever level of familiarity you have with your client. And then you can make a couple other changes down here. You can include metrics from competing brokers or not include it. The default is to not include it. So as far as delivery options, you can just send it one and done. You can set this up to send this report to your clients weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. And then you would hit submit. And then this email would automatically be generated and go out without any other work on your part. So it's a good way to stay in touch with your clients so they have an idea of what the online visibility and the traffic for the property is. So it's a pretty easy one to set and forget. So that is how you use ListTrac. That's in the Desk platform.